Hello, loves. Hello, my beautiful people. Listen, I'm so excited about today. We're talking about is fear paralyzing your growth, and I'm going to give you 3 keys to activate your faith. So hang tight with me for just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and share this out, okay? Me, I can see you on my phone. I have 3 questions that you need to ask yourself. Stunting your growth, move forward. Because of these fears, then we need to talk. You need to ask yourself these 3 questions. I'm going to go ahead and share this out, see if we can get some live viewers, and then we will move forward. Of course, the moment I want to do stuff, the computer acts like it wants to go really, really slow. How are you, beautiful people? Come on. I wonder if I can do it from my phone. And I have a special invitation for you, too. When we're done talking about these fears, have a special invitation for you that I'm super, super excited about. Alrighty. Let's see. Is fear paralyzing your growth? 3 keys to activate your faith. Let me go ahead and introduce myself while I do this. So, to me, share stuff out. And as women of faith and entrepreneurs conquer fear and feelings of unworthiness so that they can have thriving relationships and a successness, not only just that inner peace and freedom. So it's time to set yourself free from these fears, honey. I'm telling you now. Alrighty, so let me go ahead and share this out. No, I don't want to share it to a page. It doesn't want to share to a page. You can find me at raphahealing.com, ROPHEHEALING. Hello, loves. If you're here with me, share this out. I'm on a mission for millions, waging war against the spirit of fear. So I want to be sure that I'm getting this out to as many women as I possibly can. So many of us are struggling with these fears and we're not walking in our purpose. We're not confident. We're not courageous. We're succumbing to the spirit of fear. So get this out. Share this message out to as many of your friends and family as you can. Even if you can't stay, come say hi and then share this message. And we'll get started in just a sec, as soon as my computer decides it wants to. There. Okay. We are live now. Join us. I need to know why this computer is going so slow. Okay, let me see if can you hear me? If you're here with me, let me know if you can hear me. Are you beautiful? Perfect. I can see the. Really, gosh, I really just want to talk about fear. Fear. I'm still sharing this out actually, but I just kind of want to get started because I don't want you just sitting here waiting, piddle around and try to share stuff out. So I really these dreams on the inside of us, and we literally we have a vision. Like there's someone that we see that we want to be, and we see her periodically. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just ignore her. But she's on the inside of us, and everything in us wants to be this woman. The problem is these fears tend to get in the way. Where am I sharing this to? Okay. These fears tend to get in the way so many times. And, we set out on this mission to become this woman, and all these what ifs start popping up. Well, what if, they won't listen to me, or I don't have the education that I need to do this, or, this person seems so, educated and they know what they're doing. I'll never be able to be like them. And we're comparing ourselves to other people, but we're not focusing internally on what God has already given us. We're focused on all the external reasons why not, instead of all the internal reasons as to why. So I really want to talk about that today. I really want to talk about this fear and why it's holding us back and how it's holding us back, and have 3 questions for you that you need to ask yourself to really determine if you really want this or not. Okay, we are live now. Doing this. All right, I'm almost done, y'all. I am almost done. I'm just sharing this into my. If you're not in the group, this video, I'm actually going to put the link at the in the bottom of the chat box into the group. Go ahead and join me in my group, The Confidently Courageous Woman, because I'm going to be doing most of my live videos there. Starting next week and moving forward, I'll be here on the business page, and then I'll also be in the live group. Not the live group. I'll be in the private community as well. I'm trying to avoid doing a lot of my videos on my personal profile. I will be doing some videos there, but I understand that everyone's not connected to me on my personal profile. So I wanted to give an opportunity for those who are not connected to me on the personal profile to see the videos and to partake in this series. And then come into the group, because in addition to some of these videos that I'm doing in the group, I will be doing some exclusive trainings as we move forward as well. And giveaways and fun stuff that you're not going to get on my page, that you're not going to get on my profile, but you're only going to get inside of the group. Okay? All right, so I think we are good. I've shared it to where I want to share it to. Let's go ahead and get started. So, my thing is like this fear, it's paralyzing our growth. And I really want to encourage you to start walking in the her that you see. Do you really want to be her? I feel like a lot of us want to be this woman, but we don't know how to become her. We're scared to take steps to become her every single day. And the thing is that she's not a fictional character. She's not fake. She's on the inside of you for a reason. You feel her. You see her. You see the lifestyle that she has. If you don't, I want to encourage you to take some time and really, steal away from your friends, steal away from your family, your kids. Find a place where you can really sit with yourself and ask yourself, what is it do I want? What do I want? Who do I want to become? What lifestyle do I want to live? Because if you have no vision, you have no direction. You don't know where you're going. So you've got to have a vision. You've got to be able to see the you that you want to be. You've got to be able to feel her. Even if you don't have all the skills that she has, you've got to be willing to work towards becoming her. So take an opportunity to find a place maybe where you can journal, maybe where you can even record and just kind of talk out loud, but really sit with yourself and ask yourself, who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? What does she look like? What is her lifestyle? What is she doing on the weekends? What is she doing on the weekdays? What does her work life look like? Is she working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week? Is she working 2 to 3 days a week? 4 hours a day? Like, what does her work schedule look like? Who is she hanging with? What type of friends do you have? What activities are you doing? Are you married? Are you not married? Do you have kids? Do you not have kids? These are the things that you want to consider when visualizing the you that you want to be, when creating that vision of yourself in that lifestyle. What is your profession? What are you doing? Are you giving back to the community? How are you using your gifts? These are things that you want to consider when becoming her, becoming the you that you see, and the confidently courageous woman that you want to be. Y'all, this has nothing to do with what I wanted to talk about. But I really, how you, your vision, and thinking about, who is she? Who do I want to become? What is my destination? What is my goal? What is my vision? The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. You want to be able to write the vision, make it clear, so that when it's time to move forward, whoever you're partnering with can take it and run. They know exactly what you want. When you're ready to move forward, you can take it and run because you know exactly what you want. You don't have. You got to have an end goal. You got to know what you're working for. When you're going to a friend's house, or you're going to a party, and you type into the GPS, the directions, you don't just say, I'm leaving Cincinnati, and that's just it. But you have to put in a destination. You have to put in a point B of where you want to go. That's your vision. And then it's going to guide you and give you directions to get there. I don't know not one person who has, said, I'm going to go from point A to point nothing. And then you put that into the GPS. You have no direction. You're not going to move. You're not going to go anywhere. Your point B is your vision. Your point B is your direction. You've got to have that clear. Okay? And so I want you to get this vision in your head in this very moment and think about, what is it that I want? Who do I want to be? Who is she? What does she do? How is she different from me right now? How is she different? Because I tell you now, whoever she is not who's sitting right here watching me talk. I promise you. The vision that I see for the Candace that I know I am becoming, she doesn't look like me right now in this very moment. I am becoming her every single day. I'm evolving into her. And, I think about who she is and what she does and how she, processes through problems and how she comes up with solutions and who she's connected to. And I try to make that happen in my life today. I try to become her every single day. There's a confidence that she has that I'm like, baby, I want to be her. I didn't even turn. That vision in your head in this very moment. Think about who she is and picture her. So I'm about to give you, they're irrelevant. Really. You've got to start off with a vision. You have to have a point B and where you want to go in life. And because point A to point B, there's direction in that. There's transformation in that. So you've got to understand who you are now and who you want to become so that you know what steps you need to take to get there. Okay? And you can start living her out every day. Here's the catch. The catch is that some of us, we actually have that vision. Some of us, we actually see who we want to become. We see her and we're like, yes, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to be this. And we have that dream, but we keep it a dream. We don't do what it takes to become her every single day. We're not walking it out because we have these fears that we don't know how to get by. We don't know how to process them. We don't know how to overcome them. And we're too scared. Or we don't feel worthy enough. Or we feel like we can't do it. Or we're comparing ourselves to other people. And so we stay stuck with a dream that will never happen because we don't take steps to make it happen. So I have 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself and really think about it. Like, honestly, think about it. Number 1, what if I get the very thing that I asked for? What happens then? If I get it, like, if this life, like, actually happens, like, the thing is this fear poses the question, can you really do it? Do you think you can make this happen? The what if? Those are the questions that fear poses. We don't want to ask those questions. We want to look at it from a different perspective and say, what if it really happens? Like, what if this dream really happens? Like, what if I really become her? Like, have you really thought about that? Have you really thought about the reality of you becoming her? And that it's just not some far off dream, it's some fairy tale, and that you just open a book and read at night to your kids? No. This isn't a far off fairy tale. This is real life, baby. Ask yourself, what if it really happens? Like, what would my life look like? Like, how would that change me? How would that change my family if this really happens? And the thing is, the success isn't always about monetary success. Yes, we need monetary success to do the things that we want to do and to be able to reach the people that we want to reach, especially if we're doing it on a large scale. Money is not, let's just say, for if you want to become a millionaire, what does that millionaire life look like? Like, seriously, if that really happens, how would you be living? Now, we're sitting in right now. Because a lot of us, the reality of it is if God were to drop $1 million in our laps right now, we wouldn't know what to do with it. And the things that we would do with it wouldn't be wise. How many people win the lottery, win these millions of dollars, and then they're broke and they're bankrupt within 5 years? Are you serious? You got the money, but you weren't ready for it. So we have to ask this question from a different mindset. Um, there's a coach that I follow, and I love her so much. I'm telling you, this girl is a powerhouse. This woman is a powerhouse. Stephanie Sinclair. If you have not connected with her, connect with Stephanie Sinclair. And she posed this question. She talked about on one of her live streams that, she asked herself, you know how we had those bracelets years ago that said WWJD? Ask yourself what you do. So for me, what would future Candace do? How And I think about that. I think about the Candace that I want to become, and I really try to embody her today. I try to move past the fears in the moment and embody her in the moment. Instead, I choose not to succumb to fear. I choose to embody the woman that I want to become in the moment. No matter how excited, and I ask myself, what happens if I become her? But in order to become her in a year, I got to start becoming her today. I can't just say I'm gonna become her in a year and never take steps day by day by one small action today to live her life. What if it really happens? What if you really do get that $1 million that you were looking for? Would you start that nonprofit that you've been wanting to start? The people that you've been wanting to help. It's not all about you, and that's the thing. And I think you realize that. You understand that it's not all about you. You don't want it to be all about you. You want to help other people because you have a gift on the inside of you that God is calling you to, and you know it, and you hear it, and you feel it, and you sense it. But what did that happen? If you had that $1 million that you were looking for, how could you help the community? How could you really pour into them and give back to them what God has given to you? Think about that. This is a part of your vision. We're not entertaining those questions, the what ifs and the maybe I can't. We're not entertaining those questions. We're asking ourselves, what if it really happened? The very thing that I asked for, what if I got? I want you to ask yourself that right now. Question number 2, before I go off on a tangent. What would I do if I wasn't afraid? Like, if I wasn't afraid, like, really, like, what would I do in life right now in this very moment? If you had no fears, or if, you were promised that you would never fail. I hate when people say that. If you can never fail, what would you do? Like, this whole fear of failure thing, we've got to shift the way we think about that. We've got to take away the negative connotation of fear. Not of fear, but fear of failure. There's a negative connotation with the word failure. Who says that it has to be a bad thing? I look at failure as the next opportunity. If it didn't work for me this time, okay, how can I learn from it? How can I tweak it? And how can I just do it again so that's better next time? And every time you do it, it gets better and better and better. Number one, in that, you're going to see your growth. But guess what? You're never going to see growth if you don't do it again. If you try it once and fail and be like, oh, okay, I'm done. Okay, well then that was great. Like, you're never going to grow. You've got to try again. You've got to look at failure from a positive perspective and look at it as the next opportunity. How can I improve myself? How can I grow? How can I learn? How can I do better? It's about growth. We cannot let fear continually paralyze our growth. This fear of failure. So I want you to ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? If I was promised that I would never fail, what would I do today if I couldn't fail? Who would I reach out to today and ask for an opportunity? Because we're going to talk about that next. Who would I reach out to today and ask for an opportunity? Who would I give an opportunity? Who would I reach out to and say, hey, look, let's partner? How would I, reach out in my relationships to seek that clarity and that closure? If I moved past that fear, if I wasn't afraid, who would I reach out to and have a conversation with? Maybe you had a battle with your sister or your brother, and you don't want to live with these feelings of anger and resentment anymore. Who do you past these fears of failure? And we got to ask ourselves, these questions I'm posing to you, Write them down. Like, seriously, these are things that I want you to take some time and steal away from everyone else and really ask yourself these questions. We've got to press past the fear and move forward into what God is calling us to do. I hope you guys hear me. I know you're here with me. I see you. I see you. I see you. But I'm also looking at myself, and I saw there was like a pause in the video. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you're here with me. At least give me some thumbs up, some hearts, some something. If you can hear me, if you can see me, if you get what I'm saying, if it's resonating with you, give me some hearts. Give me some thumbs up. Give me something to let me know that you're with me. And so question number 3, we need to ask ourselves, how many opportunities have I missed because of fear? Like, honestly, how many opportunities have I missed because I was just simply afraid? Or I didn't feel like I could do it. I didn't feel worthy of it. I didn't feel like I was qualified. Maybe there's someone else more qualified than me. There's things that we want, but we don't chase them. We don't go after them. How many opportunities have I missed to connect with someone who may have hurt my feelings? And I really want to have a conversation with them to find out what that was, what happened. What happened to our friendship? We were best friends and we fell out over, I don't even know what. Or over something that was so minor, but I want my friend back. I want my husband back. I want my boyfriend back, whoever it is. How many opportunities have we missed because we were scared to move forward? Because we sat in that fear. We didn't approach. We didn't step out on courage. We didn't step out on faith. And so we sit with these questions, with these what ifs. What would have happened if I would have stayed with this person? Friend, would my life be different? How many opportunities have you missed? How many job opportunities have you missed? How many opportunities have you missed to start your own business? Someone needed your service and you was like, whoa, I don't know if I can ignore them, because they came to you with an opportunity because they needed your help and you didn't feel qualified in that moment. Or you got by. How many opportunities have you missed because you were scared or because you didn't feel worthy of it? Where would you be right now in life if there was no such thing as fear, and if there was no such thing as failure, and if there was no such thing as feeling unworthy? Number one, that's not a world that exists. But hypothetically, how would you feel? Where would you be? I'm trying to get you to see the vision of what you want. You've got to have vision, and I want you to see that. I want you to understand that everything God is calling you to be is already on the inside of you. You just got to tap into it. You're already her, baby. You're already her. I want you to understand that, and I want to try to pull that out of you. And that's exactly what Confidently Courageous is about. This is exactly why I'm on a mission for millions, waging war against the spirit of fear, because fear has captivated and has mesmerized so many of us. And we're caught in this trance of fear. When are we going to break free? It's about your freedom. Facing your fears, finding freedom, and chasing courage. There is no courage without the fear. Courage simply means that I will not allow fear to interfere with my desired outcomes. There was a Candace that I see, and I'm going to get her by all means, by any means necessary. I'm going to become her. Are there fears present? Absolutely, there's fears present. But I decide not to listen to those fears because I have a vision and I know what God showed me. And I know that Candace, that who she is here. I am her. But I've got to evolve into that Candace every single day. Every single day. And I'm on this mission for millions to help you clarify your vision. What is it that you want? Who is it that you want to become? How do you see yourself not only just changing the lives of others, not only changing the world, and not only changing yourself and your family and leaving this legacy of hope and courage for your family, but I want you to be able to press through these fears and become a bigger, greater you. One that a part of you never saw happening. A part of you never really saw it happening. God can do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think. Exceedingly abundantly. So, and I did this last time, and you know what? Y'all, I forgot to put my little thing here. I'm gonna put it here now. I don't care if I'm almost done. I'm gonna put it up anyway. I don't care what y'all say. So listen, I wanna show you something, okay? And I need props for this. If God can do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think, I want you to get your best life in your mind right now. I mean, your best life. Like, you are just like loving life right now. Everything is just like hunky dory, peaches and cream, Captain Crunch cereal. Perfect, okay? Life ain't gonna be perfect. I understand that. Just get this picture in your head. I'm trying to get you to have a vision, okay? So get this vision. This is your vision right here, right? Okay. So this is your vision. This is your best life. This is everything that you've ever wanted, okay? So if God can do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ask or think, all I can even think, you mean to tell me that I can't even fathom the glory that you have for me, God? And it's not even about, the glory in heaven. That glory unspeakable. But the glory here on earth, what God wants you to have, the abundant life that He's calling you to. I come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. That's what He's calling you to. And she is on the inside of you. If He can do that, I want that life, y'all. That life is better than mine. You basically telling me that I can't even think or conjure up an imagination of what you're calling me to. I want that life. I'm going to follow you. She's on the inside of you, queens. She's on the inside of you. And this is what Confidently Courageous is about. I've opened the doors to my mastermind for Confidently Courageous. What's today? Friday? I opened the doors Wednesday to my mastermind. And so the Confidently Courageous Mastermind, we're covering the entire program, and we're spending 6 months really moving you through the process of becoming confidently courageous. Many times it's scary, but you've got to make a determination in your heart and a commitment in your mind to say, I want to become her. I may not really know how to become her, but I'm ready to become her. I know there's so much more on the inside of me, and I want to explore it. I want to get to the root of these fears and these feelings of unworthiness, and where did they come from. And I want to believe what God says about me, not the lies, not that I'm not worthy, not that no one wants to listen to me. I don't want to believe that anymore. I'm tired of being angry. I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of having anxiety. I'm tired of being resentful. I'm tired of sitting in unforgiveness. I don't want to feel like this anymore. Confidently Courageous is your answer to really digging deep and clearing out the mess that God wants to use as your message. He's calling you in this season to get in position to receive the very blessings that He wants to pour out. But if you choose not to get in position, because we have free will, but if you choose not to get in position to receive the very thing that God wants to give you, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss it, and someone else is going to snatch up the very thing that was supposed to be for you because you were scared. And so I want you to join me in the Queen's Courage Camp. The Queen's Courage Camp is the 6-month mastermind of the Confidently Courageous program. And it ends with a graduation. Baby, when I tell you, we're going to the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. We're going to end the celebration of life and of confidence and of courage in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So this is what the 6-month mastermind looks like. We're running through, module 1, discover the root of fear and unworthiness. And in module 1, we're talking about your negative experiences in life. We're talking about these generational curses that have gone from your grandmother to your mother to yourself, and that you don't want to carry to your kids and generations beyond. We're talking about abuse and neglect. Many experience. Then we're going to move on to learning how to reframe your life more positively. How a different pain and anguish and hurt. We're talking about learning how to find the lesson and find the gift in these situations. The power of your testimony, of getting and being We're talking about the cognitive practices. How can I move through this process every single day and practice courage and practice confidence? How can I fight fear in the moment when you're literally on the verge of an anxiety attack because you're about to do something that terrifies the mess out of you? How can you implement cognitive practices in the moment to ground yourself and bring yourself back to reality so that you understand you're okay? And then we're going to move to courage in action. Up until now, we've been exploring the internal processes and really doing an internal shift in our mind. But now we've got to walk it out. We've got to actually do. It's about doing the scary things this year. So encourage connection. How can I connect and connect for me? Or connect to the very people that I need to seek some clarity and closure from? How can I find in my mouth? And then we're talking about us have happened to us, yet we don't want to acknowledge our hand and where we are in life right now. We are where we are because we have chosen not to move forward. And so we've got to accept responsibility for that. Until we can do that, we will never continue to move forward positively. And then we're talking about freedom and forgiveness, letting yourself free. Take yourself off the hook. So many of you are waiting for an apology that you're never going to get, unfortunately, for what he did to you, what she did to you way back when. How can we learn to release ourselves without an apology? How can we set ourselves free so that we can move forward into the calling, that God has set upon us? And then finally, in module 4, we're moving into consistency and accountability. Once we're able to start doing the scary things and putting our courage into action, now we've got to be consistent, y'all. So it's about ongoing support and accountability. How can we partner and connect to, other women of faith who will encourage us, who will surround us and pray for us and hold us accountable when it gets hard, when it gets rough, when it gets uncomfortable? Because the journey will become uncomfortable at times. We've got to be able to connect to other people who will hold us accountable to do the very things that we said we want to do. And then we've got to be able to connect to a circle of intimidation. I love this because I want to connect to people who intimidate me in a good way. If the people that you look up to, the people that you admire, how can we now connect to them to sit up under them and glean wisdom from them? Because they're going to hold you to a higher standard of living. You're not going to be in their circle and bring some foolishness. That's where I want to be. I want to be in somebody's circle who's going to hold me accountable to be a greater version of myself. And then lastly, we're talking about pressing through the pain with persistence. We've got to continually move forward. We cannot stop. We've got to press through that pain in order to take hold of our healing. When you go to the doctor, you go in pain. But a lot of times the process of healing still hurts. We don't say, "Oh, I'm not going to go to the doctor because I don't want to go through the process of pain just to get to my healing." No. You go straight to the doctor and you don't even think about the process of pain. You just want to be healed. All you know is that going to the doctor, there's healing on the other side. So we've got to learn how to press through the pain with persistence. This is a 6-month mastermind, the Queen's Courage Camp. 6 months. 10 women only. This is a very, very intimate group because I want to create a safe space where we can come and we can share our stories, we can share our fears, and we can share our challenges, but we can also share our wins and talk to each other about how to move forward on a daily and a weekly and a monthly basis. There's going to be monthly trainings. You're going to get monthly trainings as we go through the Confidently Courageous program. And then there's going to be bi-weekly accountability and support calls where, us women, we get together and we talk and we create this sisterhood of support. And then finally, in the 6th month, we're going to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic for 5 days for an amazing experience to put your courage into action in real life, baby. In real life. We're gonna, it's all inclusive. Now this trip is all inclusive. All you have to do is get there. When you get there, I have everything else covered. So not only will we be dealing with what we've talked about over the past 6 months, but now we're gonna put courage into action in activities and games and excursions. If one of your fears is to go skydiving, guess what we might do? We probably gonna go skydiving. Because it's about putting this courage into action, creating memories and experiences of a lifetime. You'll leave Dominican Republic like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. I don't even know who I am now. And now you have stories to tell your kids and tell your grandkids and to tell your family. You've created a memory for yourself where you understand if I did it then, if I did it in the Dominican Republic, I can do this again. I've processed through my fears over the last 6 months, and I'm going into 2018 a better version of myself, fearless and free, set free, healed and restored, telling my testimony and my story so that I can bring other people out of their muck and their mire and their mess. If it's your time and you understand now is the time to get in position and you feel God calling you in this very moment, I want you to inbox me. Inbox me so we can get you into this mastermind. The mastermind, it starts on June 5th, but I can only take 10 women. So when those spots are gone, they are gone. That is it. So if you're feeling God pulling in your heart right now, and God is telling you now is your time, and you know that you have fears that have been holding you back from growing into the confidently courageous woman that you know that you want to be, inbox me so that we can get you applied. It's application process. We can get you interviewed and we can get you in if you're a great fit. So ladies, now is the time. I'm on a mission for millions. If you're still here with me, go ahead and share this out. Even though this is the end of the live stream and I'm about to wrap up, I want to be sure that other women are getting this message. Whether they work with me or not, that's not the point. I want them to get the message and I want them to be inspired to become the greater them. It's on the inside of you, queen. God has given you everything that you need to be successful. You've just got to walk it out. You've got to walk it out starting today. Take today to really clarify your vision and what it is that you want and ask yourself these 3 questions. What if I get the very thing that I want? What happens then? Like, what does that life look like? Number 2, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Like, if there was no such thing as fear and there was no such thing as failure, what would I do? And then number 3, how many opportunities have I missed because of this fear? Where could I have been had I said yes to myself? These opportunities that are coming my way, but yet these small voices says, you can't do that. You won't be able to do that. No one's going to listen to you. Work that. You don't have enough time. You don't have enough energy. You have to spend time with your kids. All these things that come up for us. Instead of taking it, you just look at it and you turn away and walk away. Don't walk away from this opportunity to change your life. Is it scary? Yeah, but that's what courage is about, right? Overcoming these fears and really ignoring that fear and saying, I want to become the woman that I know I'm called to be. If you truly want to be courageous, then you can't let fear interfere with your desired outcomes. Now is the time for you to say yes to yourself. So if you're ready to join me for the Queen's Courage Camp in this confidently courageous 6-month mastermind with a 5-day international trip to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, then I want you to inbox me. Say, I'm ready to be confidently courageous, and I'll get back with you today, and then we'll move forward in the application and interview process to get you in if you're a great fit. If you're here with me, ladies, share this out. Share this video out. So I'll be coming back. I'll be doing this live series every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I'm going to be here on this page and inside of my group, Confidently Courageous, the Confidently Courageous Woman. So if you're not in my group, head over there right now. You can go to bit.do/the Confidently Courageous Woman, or you can just put Confidently Courageous inside of the search bar on Facebook. Request access and I'll let you right in. That's where you're going to get most of these trainings, okay? Because they are going to be a bit more exclusive moving forward. So if you're not a part of my group, come join me, come join me, come join me in a sisterhood of queens who have made a commitment to themselves to be confidently courageous and to no longer believe the lies of the enemy, that they're not worth it and that they can't do it. These are lies. It's time to believe what God says about you. God says that you already have the victory. He says that you're already an overcomer. You are more than a conqueror. If God be for you, who can be against you? When are you going to start believing what God says and stop believing the lies of the enemy? So if now is your time, join me. Join me in the Queen's Courage Camp and join me in my private community. So until then, my loves, I'm going to get ready to sign off. I love y'all so very much. And I'll catch you in the next round. Love you, boo. Bye.